Tech Romancer.
Hello everyone, and welcome back. Hopefully, my memory cards will actually be formatted this time.
Mechanical Select.
We're gonna try this again.
Operation Select.
So what we're doing here
Mode.
is we're doing another Tech Romancer stream. We're going straight into hero mode as Dixen, and we're gonna try beating it. I've already done this once, but it turned around at the last minute and said that I didn't quite format my memory cards correctly, so that was a bit of a pain in the butt.
Armor damage.
So, I'm just going to deal with this now. Start gun. There we go, just taser him here. And then we'll beam can him up close. There we go. Ah! I'm about to do my special, like the other special. There we go, come on. That was a decent finish. I was trying for that purely because I wanted a different move to hit him. I was like, oh, I just don't want the same stuff over and over again.
Destroyed.
There we go. Let's hit him with a beam cannon. Oh, I say that, and then next minute he evades. Oh, okay. He might actually take this round here off me.
Armor damaged.
Sweet. Offense up here. Start gun. There we go. Start gun again, and finish it. Does Dixen have funnels? Yes. Dixen has 3 funnels, which act a bit like a high news, where they can either create a triangle shield, or they can just shoot. It seems to resemble not the high news, sorry, just the new Gundam. Hey Nevo. Welcome to everyone that's showing up. So, I was explaining it the last time in this, well, when I was streaming this, that this is more or less like a reference beat 'em up, in that it makes references to other shows, and Mecha, but because it's done by Capcom, they managed to get away with it somehow, maybe because they created stuff that looked kind of similar, but not exactly the same. Oh, did that throw? No, it was a stun. I'm trying to, I always like doing a shield rush here, but the problem is, sometimes the enemy does not fall for it, and instead they pull off some really nasty stuff.
Armor damage.
So as soon as he comes back down, we'll just beam cannon him, and do the same again, because he moved. But we'll be nasty here. I'm trying to use my funnels, because I think it's like, I think it's forward, back, and then Y for it. I'm gonna have to try it again in a moment. There we go. You only do a little bit of damage. This game is like Super Robot 1v1. It's pretty neat, it's just incredibly hard. I mentioned it in the last stream. Like, you can get beam fights and everything else. It's good, just when we get to the last boss and round the last boss, that's where it gets even more awkward. Oh! I swear Pulsion here is like a Ultraman and Evangelion reference. Oh, he's got final attack, that's not good. I don't want to keep blocking, but he's taking all my weapons off me. Oh no, no. Hell, that's a, oh god. That was a, I'm trying to remember. I just been blown up, I've been wrecked that hard. I'm trying to remember the reference there. I think that was a Guyver reference? The whole thing of opening the chest and using the 2 giant beams. It's like a mixture of Guyver, Evangelion, and Ultraman. Siphon says, what game is this? This is Tech Romancer. I've streamed this before. It's a arcade beat 'em up which was ported to the Dreamcast, and it is incredibly hard in the late game, which I'll show you in a little bit. You can use different items during matches. You can destroy buildings. You can throw enemies across the field. It's really good. You get some beam clashes. You get some hero items, of which I was going to pick one up, but missed it there. There it is, there's the hero item. Oh, no. You don't want him to get it? Let's... Oh, no. Oh. Okay, there we go. Hero mode. Try and get him with the shoulder cannon here. No, put him on the defensive there. We'll get him with the missile pods here. They will look like missile pods a little bit. I might change to the bazooka as well in a moment. I'm trying to play him at range here. Then we can use Spark Gun up. Oh, I was gonna say Spark Gun up close there, and then final attack, but it didn't quite work. And now he's just stolen all my items. Let's try final attack here. Oh no, he dodged it. The AI gets incredibly nasty in the late game, and I'm just trying certain things here, and he's already being a pain, so we'll just blast him with the beam cannon and get a critical finish on him there. It's also one of those games that's a little bit unfair with the way that it does the armor system. If you have no armor, you just take more damage even if you block, so it basically means that there's no point in blocking. So you'll see me a couple of times, I'll like stop blocking and just try and go all out attack. Here's Rafraga. Rafraga's a very obvious Macross reference. Oh, crap. Trying to not give him certain weapons here if he hits me. Trying to get in with the Beam Saber here, and he's not allowing it. Oh, and he just sidestepped that then. And now he just took my Spark Gun off me. Oh, come on, dude. This is only... Oh, I got a clash going. Come on. Oh, come on. Now, let's just try and hit him with the beam cannon instead. Oh, I used my shield by accident there. Didn't want to do that. Got the bazooka out here, but it's a bit slow to hit Rafraga. Rafraga is really, really annoying. So we'll just try and throw a bunch of grenades at him, and then we'll go in with the beam cannon. Oh, sidestep and uses micro missiles. There we go. Let's hit him again. See if we can finish him off here a little bit. Oh no, no, no! This is nasty. Ooh! Oh! I try and chase him down there because he's got all of my weapons on the right side of the screen here. He's just got all of them to use at his disposal. I'm just trying to beat the 11 daylights out of him. Let's try and open him up here with the shield rush. Oh, didn't work. Try again. Okay, let's... As soon as he comes back down, he's... Oh, I was gonna say he's gonna land on that, but nope. Yeah, the AI is nasty because it can kind of... I wouldn't say so much predict what you can do. It definitely reacts to what you're doing, though. Only because you can do like a certain input, and it will just read your input and then take the exact opposite approach to get as much damage in on you as possible. Now when it says final attack at the top, that's where we can get an insta-hit kill if we can open him up, but he's being a pain in the butt and not letting me do it here. There we go, we'll just critical finish him. Hope the audio's alright for you guys. Because that was stage 3. So we can play as different mechs. The only reason I play as Dixen first is just because I really like Dixen and I'm decent playing as it. So Bolon's almost like a Sailor Moon reference here. Just the way that it looks and acts. Let's try and use Hellfire to keep it at range here. It's actually kind of cool how we have a mid-range flamethrower. Trying to keep the spark rifle here. Bolon is all over the place move-wise, so we've got to be incredibly careful here. Like at one of its moves it can use is it summons a train which will just go around and wreck the entire area if you let it. There we go, defense up. Oh, it's wailing on my armor here. There we go. Spark gun. Oh, there we go. Close combat beam. Johnson's voice thick. A robot reminds me of what Tron uses in Mega Man Legends. It could be a reference to that. Oop. I mean, she does the whole magical girl thing of kind of growing a little bit older as well at one point in the storyline, if I remember rightly, as part of it. Weird. It's like this game is basically a reference fighter, so it gets a lot of its influences from stuff that was out round about 2001. Oh crap! Oh, she's just dodging. Oh no! Still too hot for you, Dave, so John. A little bit. Oh, she dodged final shooting. Any references to Armored Core to Siphon? No. There's no references to Armored Core in this. You'd be actually lucky to find references of Armored Core anywhere. Oh, I don't know any other game that has Armored Core references in. Oh, this is what I mean by the AI being a bit nasty. She just directly countered that really easily. There we go, use Fist Blast on her. So that has a giant fist that comes over the end of your robot's hand, and then you just thrust it straight into the other robot's face. It does a lot of damage. Alicia says, what is that, souffle again? I've noticed you keep saying the same thing over and over. Like per stream. You're right there, Devicia. Oh no, don't take my spark rifle. So there's different versions of Dixen in this. There's a Spec Ops one, there's a Commando one, there's a Prototype one. Definitely seems to be a reference to Gundam specifically. I think Char's counterattack. It's just because of the funnels and the beam cannons and everything. The fleet in the background. Oh. The funny thing is, I was just about to use... Oh no. I was just about to use the flamethrower with her, and then she rushes me.
Armor damaged. Armor damaged.
Go offense up again. Oh. There we go.
Extreme impact.
So nice to land that fifth blaster. So that's round one. The thing with this is as well... Oh, we got geometry in the way there, so we're good. The thing with this is the health carries across per round. So at the moment, I'm looking a little bit bad, because even though I won the first round, I've still got like half my health, which you can easily take this round. Come on. John says, look at all that screen clutter. I really should have saved that for later on. She's using the bazooka instead. She's got the bazooka and I've got the rifle. Ah, spark gun. That's what I need. I can just do a bit more damage. There we go. Oh no. Oh, she knows exactly what I'm trying to do here. Oh god, a final shooting! That's why I say, this seems like a Gundam reference, Dixen, anyway, just because it's got final shooting from the original Gundam series. DVC says, been playing through Hardcore Mecha and caught one of the dialogue that was supposed to be static. It just said souffle. I think that's souffle, anyway. Yeah, I need to play more Hardcore Mecha again. I'll play it in a bit. I'm not exactly sure what Twins Arm here is meant to be a reference to. I've been trying to work it out for a while. I thought I came up with an answer to it a while back, but it's definitely not anything like Gurren Lagann because it wasn't out at the time. It'll be one of the older Mecha shows. Oh crap. Come on. So yeah, we have a Mazinger reference in here. We have a couple of different ones from like Gundam and Guyver, Proto Man. I'm trying to remember some of the other stuff. We have Cyber Warriors in here as well, because Bloodia from Cyber Warriors makes a surprise visit here as a cameo character that I want to actually unlock later on. it's a really good suit. I'm just getting juggled all over the place here.
Armor damage.
Maybe because I've not used a special yet. Let's go offense up here. Oh no, use the wrong move. I used a sword move there. Twins Arm looks like it's waiting for me to open my defense here before it moves. So we'll try and take advantage of that and use the flamethrower. Oh, it's already blocking. You can get it with that, and then oh no! I was gonna use the spark rifle there and then finish the final shooting, but come on. There we go. That should be it. Yes. Hey Moody, how's it going? Just the Dark Raven. It's going good. It's going really good. John says, get a robo, possibly? Let's go here. So this is a little bit. I keep saying it looks like a G Gundam reference, only because of the way the pilot suit works and the way the actual mech itself works. But stage 7 versus DNA 17 here. This is where it gets really nasty because the AI just starts really messing around with you. Like, she will not let me do anything. And she'll just constantly pick on my shield here, so I've got to try and counter that as best as I can. Oh! Please don't jump. There we go. Did someone say GBO Marathon stream, says John? I'll probably end up doing Hardcore Mecha after this. Then going to break a 3. I'm going to try to remember what else I've got to do. Oh, come on. She's really nasty with those flips. Primarily because she can just do multiple of them on one of her attacks. Come on, I need to send out my... There we go. Oh, come on. Just when you... She jumps every single time. Like, no fail or anything. Just... She knows the perfect moves to avoid these attacks and do the maximum amount of damage.
Extreme impact.
Funnel attacks, says Divisi. Yeah, it doesn't do much though, unfortunately. And we've got no armor, so we've got to kind of go all in here and hope that we win. And I keep trying to keep her at range here because she's so nasty up close. Yep, there we go. There's an item gone. Stay still. There we go. She's almost gone. Let's try and follow her up. She can't move. There we go. As long as she can't move, it's just better for us. Exam says, hello there. It's extra hot today. Yes, it is. Too many aerial or jumping moves, says the VC. Yeah, she's just really annoying. Here we go. Here's G Kaiser. G Kaiser is the Mazinger reference. And he's really good. One of his moves is he throws like a giant nuke at you. He just grabs it out of nowhere and then throws it at you. It's really good. His main stuff is actually like rocket punch and stuff. I actually swear it's the same Japanese voice actor as well, because I think they have Shah's voice actor in here for one of the other characters. And oh no. Okay, so I'm not doing so good. We might end up with a couple of laser clashes here, because I had that the last time I tried fighting G Kaiser. Because he's got his own, like, chest laser. Oh. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, he dodged it. The name like Kaiser, I would have guessed it would have been a Brave reference. No, when you look at the design and everything, it's definitely an homage or a reference to Mazinger. It's just the same style of mech and everything. Oh, and I like I said, I swear it's the same voice actor. I'd have to check it. when you use more than one offensive unit, or rather one special unit as well, that's when you get the kind of flickering effect on your character.
Armor damaged.
Oh. Come on. There we go. We're slowly getting him, and then he punches me in the face.
Armor damaged.
Nice spark gun and yep, spark gun. Final shooting. Gotta love that move.
Critical impact.
So now we're versus the bosses of the game. First one is Gamda here. He's really annoying in the fact that you can't really do too much to him, like in terms of juggling him. He's a very heavy suit and he will just do as much as he can to wreck you, so I'm trying to use up my the Hellfire here just to get him set up. He has a very long range attack, like most of the bosses have crazy stuff. Kale's a damn moody. Oh no. I hate this move because it just like throws me through a random teleporting door. Oh, come on. No. I don't want to get hit here. Gamda's just really annoying because he can go invisible. It doesn't really do that well, but he just slapped me on the other side of the level there. Oh, I go to hit with the funnels, and he gets me. Moody, what is that? Says Calvin Williams. This is Techromancer. It's like a referential 3D beat 'em up mech game by Capcom that was released for the Dreamcast and the arcades. The head on your mech you're using reminds me of the one used by Anfang Orpheus from AC1. Kinda, it reminds me a little bit of a gym. The Gaia Colossus is the beast here. Yeah. Oh. So we're at 1-1 here. Oh, he just teleported straight into my beam cannon there. Can we do that again? Let's just be a bit cheap here and just... Ooh, we got final shooting. Now! Oh no, missed. Let's oh, then he gets me with the throw. Let's try and get him with the... Oh no, I was gonna say the sword move instead of the beam cannon, but I think he's just gonna get me here. I don't know whether this is Frieza's Japanese voice actor or not. It sounds like it. And then he just stamps on me. Gamda's hits, even though he doesn't have too many of them, they do a lot of damage. We'll go back versus him here because we're in hero mode. We can just keep going back in and pick up where we left off.
Operation Hero Challenge mode.
So hero mode, instead of going through the story mode, you actually just fight everything in one go. It's just like playing arcade. That does sound like Japanese Frieza. I thought it was. I heard it the other day. And I was like, I swear that's Japanese Frieza. And I'd only just noticed it. Maybe because I hadn't watched, when I originally played this, I hadn't watched Dragon Ball in Japanese. And the next minute, I'm like, wait a minute, what? Can we use Hellfire here again? Oh, he just took it off as a thing. Oh no. Crap. Oh, that was the spark gun. I really wanted that. There we go. Oh, and then he still gets me anyway. I hardly landed any hits on him there. I think the only thing I did though was get him with a couple of flamethrower hits. Trying to save the spark gun so we can use final shooting in the next phase, but it's really awkward when you're versus a guy that's already beaten you once and you try to save as much health as possible and then he just slams you. Oh, and gone through my shield, and he's took the spark rifle off me. Yeah, I am not going to win this. He's going to take the second round as well. Oh, and then he just sits on me. It is Freezer. I just looked it up, says Devicia. Nice. That's twice he's beaten me here. This wasn't as bad the first stream I did of this, like the other day. He's just kicking my butt at the moment. This is going to set the tone for the rest of this, which is not good. Oh. Well, I'm trying to open him up here so I can get this item back. Come on! I need to do more damage. Okay, so that was the flamethrower he just took off me? Oh. Try open him up with a shield rush here. And then a fist blast, because the fist blast actually does a lot of combo damage. God. I shouldn't always use specials like this, because I'm kind of abusing them. But when they do a lot of damage, it's good to make use of them. Oh, I was trying to use the sword move there, and instead I ended up doing the wrong move. There we go. Ah, he gets me as I'm getting him. I'm like, I can stun him with the flamethrower and then just go straight in. No, he's not having any of it. And then he just slaps me and destroys my armor again. Kale says, you got this. I'd like to think I do, but he's probably gonna get me again. Like, let's just spam beam cannon here and see what. Oh, I was gonna say and see what happens, and he just punches me straight in the face. When your armor's down like this, it's really awkward to end up surviving, so I'm just going to try and... No, no, don't get me! He might have gone invisible, but that doesn't mean I can't get him with final shooting. Ooh, nice one, Kale. I think you more or less guaranteed my victory there by saying that. You also see as the mechs take damage after having their armor wrecked completely, it exposes the inner frame. Oh, here we go. So this guy, I swear, is Char's voice actor in Japanese. And he's got, obviously, a suit that moves 3 times faster than anybody else because it's red. Oh. But it looks like Kamusha gunned him a little bit. It has a bunch of weapons which are based on like gravity, so it has like gravity bombs, beam cannons, and then some Sengoku era style weapons, and he's just moved past that so he can use his shoulder cannon again. Try landing some hits in here. There we go. Let's just use the normal cannon here. Oh, no, he can jump that.
Extreme impact.
Does this mean he can use black hole clusters as the Dark Raven? Oh, it's a really nasty suit to fight against. It really is. It's so fast. Oh. I'm there getting ready to use another large beam cannon attack like this, and he's setting me up really nasty. Oh no, that was my one really shot at getting pile shooting on him without him moving. His lunge attack, that one that he keeps doing with the sword, that's one of his most devastating attacks because he can just lunge a ridiculous distance to get to you, like that. Oh, then he just jumps that and gets me with the shoulder cannon. It's fine, it's fine. Come on, get him. There we go. So yeah, I do like seeing through the inner frames when the armor's gone. It's really cool. Thankfully, we didn't have that happen to us this time. So versus the last two bosses here, Quirrell is the one of the most annoying bosses in the entire game. She is like a kaiju, more or less. She transforms into various different forms, which all have different abilities, and they all do a lot of damage. She can basically zone the entire stage as well, and the background is really weird. Reminds me of like some Geiger-esque thing going on. I do not like being zoned, especially by her, because she does a lot of damage. Like in one of her other forms, she can just keep you there and you just die. There's no other description for it, you just die. Ah. There we go. That one, her red form, is the worst. If she hits you with that... Oh no, 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 no. If she would have hit me with that throw, that would have been it.
Extreme Impact!
You seem to be quite fast. Oh, he seems to be quite fast, says the Dark Raven. Run around in circles. Is he secretly 9-ball? He could be. Think she's got a shield on there? Yeah, that just negated my entire special. Trippy big head. It's better fighting a purple form. Just because it's a little bit base. I can't remember what the green one does, but the red one is like heavy attack power, basically. Oh no, 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 no. I also keep trying to use Shield Rush on her, because I know it works really well to open her up to attacks. Oh, I say that, and then I was going to use my my shoulder cannon there to finish her off. I'm trying to get her with the Spark Rifle so I can do final shooting. Now! The way he jumped over you 2 times and hit you from behind reminds me of him, as also the Dark Raven. So, you guys get to see one of the hardest bosses in video game history now. Or apparently, according to some sources. Goldibus here is like a being from another dimension, almost like an alien. I can't remember his entire backstory, but he's like a demonic sort of alien thing. He has 2 forms, so you have to win 4 rounds against him. Bearing in mind, you only get to win, or rather, he only has to ring you out or get you down twice to win. You have to do it 4 times to him. He has a lot of attacks which will zone you or hit you for multiple damage, and his second form allows him to teleport whenever he wants, really easily, even though his first form does that as well. He has at least a little bit of a pause, and on top of that, one of his moves just more or less takes off about like 60% of your gauge. I can't remember where I read it. I think it was in like one of the Guinness Book of World Records for video games things, but he is one of the more annoying bosses. This fight has taken me 50 minutes alone with some of the characters in this game, so let's see how he treats me this time, because yesterday it wasn't too bad. Oh, there we go. Trying to predict what he's going to do here. Oh. Oh, there we go. So all the damage I just did to him, and he's just done back to me really easily. Oh, crap. And he's collecting all my items as well. And he's doing a lot of armor damage here, so once my armor is damaged, I am pretty screwed. Oh. Yep, there we go. There's my armor gone. Oh, and he's just zoned me as well. Oh, come on. Oh. Once your armor's gone, no matter what you do, even if you block, you just get health taken off you, so I'm not in a good position at the moment. Can I get him mid-attack there? No. He hasn't even started using his more nasty attacks yet. He's actually being kind of tame to me and I'm still losing. Okay, so that's 1 round each. Bearing in mind I still need to win another 3 rounds versus him. This is not looking good. Did he just throw? No, he didn't. See if we can get him as he teleports in here. There we go. Oh, come on. Oh, no. Okay, so that move that he did there, he punches the ground, it creates rocks from underneath, and then he just zones you with it. Come on, let me... No, 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 no! I need final shooting! I need to beat his first form at least! No! Got him! That doesn't sound like Chikao Utsuka, but apparently it is, says Divicia. So that's his first form. He's just going to kick my butt in his second form, though. Because, like I said, he only needs to down me twice. I need to win another 2 rounds with like 10% of my health here. It's not going to happen. If I can land 1 hit on him. Okay. Oh! Oh, there we go. Gundam Guy says hello. I responded to you before, Gundam Guy. I said hello. What more do you want from me? So we get to pick up where we left off here at the final boss again. See if we can do better this time. Oh, I say that and then I immediately get my power taken off me there. Oh, and then he zones me. Because of course he does. And he takes off 20% of my armor with that? Oh. Oh, no. Can I... Like, some of the saber hits I have, like that one, are really useful against him, unless he sidesteps like that and then takes my remaining weapon. And, oh, then he follows up with 3 projectile attacks. Uh-oh. No, didn't want to do that move. Oh, press the wrong button, and then he's dribbled me. That is painful. Get him at close range, come on. I need to win this first one. So me, Dark Raven, just grinded out the events. I got Jim Custom to Gundam Guy. Yeah, I saw you both in the chat before. Well done. Hope it was worth it. I need to stay on the offensive here this round. Oh!
Armor damage.
Come on. Oh no, no, no! That's not good. He was gonna go for a stun though. Honestly, I thought he was gonna sidestep that then. Let's use normal beam. Oh, no, he just zoned me. Still gonna wait for Saber to come back? Ooh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, he just got me. So now I've only got 1 chance to beat both this form and his final one. Oh, hit him. Finish him off. There we go. I just got it this morning. It's pretty solid, says Nevo. The machine gun he has is a little bit like the Cold District's machine gun. Nice. Pretty bored at this point, says Divicia. Yeah, it's oh. I'm not like super excited about this event. I know it's the anniversary and all, but I don't know. He's gonna beat me here again. Oh no, this is the move that goes straight through my health and my armor here. Oh, there was a hero mode in the background as well. Fast reload with low ammo counts is new though. Better than the Cold District's machine gun. Oh, nice. So yeah, he just beat me again though. Let's try this again.
Operate hero.
I think I've got to be a little bit more on the offense here. If I can get him with that saber hit repeatedly, it'd be nice. Because it flips him up into the air and he doesn't seem to do much after it. Oh, and he just zoned me. Oh, just when I go for the move and then he chains me and zones me. Oh, that's not good. I needed that. Seriously, all I can do is block there and he's just taking off my armor. Well, let's... Yeah, there's no way I'm winning this one. I love the way he just teleports straight into that. Oh. And then juggles me. I'm down on 1 health. Finishes me off. Come on, game. I've not even won 1 round yet. If I have to just keep using the saber, I will, because this saber rush is actually really good. Let's just see if we can saber rush him here, because that worked really nicely. Oh, I say that in the next minute. He zones me twice. Oh, yeah, he's going all in here. Oh, he sidestepped that a little bit. No, didn't want to do that. Oh. As that's going back to him, oh. I thought I'd be able to get him there, instead he sidesteps and zones me twice again. Ah. That moment where you can't even get up off the floor without getting damaged.
Armor damaged.
It doesn't help that I have an itchy either as well. He's like, no, and the next minute he's just getting 3 armor hits on me. I'm dead in the first round here before I've even beaten him.
Critical impact.
Oof. He's a very tough opponent to beat. Very tough opponent. See if we can do this again here. It's just a case of keep on trying until you get him. I don't know whether to use the bazooka on him or even try throwing some grenades at him because I don't know whether they'll work. Okay, so he jumps grenades. I just took the spark rifle there. Not good. I'm gonna go to rush and get it back. Does that? Oh. If anything, I need to keep the spark rifle and maybe use Hellfire here at the beginning. Okay, there we go. That was a little bit easier. He reacted to that straight away then. Not good. Pick up move. Okay. Let's try and open him up here. Didn't work, so let's try it. Oh no! Sidestep. Oh! Come on! Oh. Ooh. I swear his move's home because I was behind him there. And he sidesteps straight into that. There we go. Does this game do that thing where it gets easier when you retry it enough times? I'm not too sure. I've never really noticed, to be honest, especially versus Goldibus here. He just always seems to be incredibly awkward to beat for me. No matter who it's with either. Like, the coolest thing about this fight is when you play it with G Kaiser, it plays the intro theme almost as if it was like an anime episode. Don't teleport, don't teleport. I need to rack up these bits of damage. Come on. No! No, not the sword! Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. He's gonna do extra damage there. Hero mode! Oh no! No! I could have used hero mode there. That would have been brilliant. Need that. Hero mode! Let's try and get some damage on him here. Come on, we'll just spam hero mode. If he can spam teleport, we can spam hero mode. Come on! There we go. One more. One more. Ooh! Ooh, no!
Armor damaged.
Oh, I charged straight into that? Oh, come on! Oh, that's a flame attack? Yeah, I think he's got me here. Oh no! Flame bird again. Yeah, there we go. He gets me with an attack that can just go straight through your shield no matter what. That's a really nasty move. Let's try this again. I was getting really close there. Hero mode did really well at getting some long range damage. I just honestly thought I wouldn't take that much damage because I was too busy spam-firing him, but clearly that didn't work out how I wanted. All he did there was hit Hellfire, so that's not too bad. He ran straight into that then, that was really good. Ah! That moment where you think, I can just shield rush him? And he's like, nope. He's gonna punch the floor there and zone me. Oh, not if I get him first. Ah. No, 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 struggle. There we go. There we go. Oh, that was straight into it. Oh no. I'm taking way too much damage here. VC says, getting flashbacks to my GBA 2 playthrough, getting Hydra. Oh no. Wrecked it. Yep, there we go. If I could get hero mode again, it'd be good. John says, kill him. I wish. Trust me, I'm trying my hardest here. Don't move, don't move, don't move. I need the extra damage here. Let's try with the Saber. Saber dashes again. Oh no. Oh, I used the Saber instead. He's gonna get me there. before I can do my hit. The only thing I can do is attack you at this point. That's what's so bad about it, because he's basically got me on half the bar for his second form, and I'm not even on his second form. There we go. Disco bot just noticed we're live, says Nevo. Wow, Disco bot's late. For like 50 minutes. Okay, we're on his second form, but we're so beat up here. Come on, Golden Bus. Give me a break. I just need some hits here. We should be okay. Ah! Switch to the bazooka here. I swear that was a good sound effect. Oh no, Firebird. Straight through my shield there. No problem. Nope, nope.
Extreme impact.
Game gives you back your arm again to the second form, just not your health. Ah. There we go. I thought I'll use offense up there, I might be able to rush him, and instead he just juggles me. Oh, see what I mean about him being really hard though? Like super hard, like some of the worst times I've ever had versus him are like with Sienna 17. Just there've been some really bad times versus him. If I can get Fist Blast on him a couple of times, I'll be happy, but sometimes he just sidesteps it. Okay, that was weird. Come on. Oh no. Thing is, he can throw his weapon at any range. Not nice. Come on. There we go. I should really switch out to maybe the bazooka. Ah.
Armor damage.
Oh, he's still blocking there, just in case? There we go, armor broken, so now I can't defend. Well, the way he just charged straight into my cannon there. Yeah, he's gonna win this one.
Extreme
It's
impact.
1-1 at the moment. This normally never hits. I'm trying to open him up here, but he's not having any of it. Oh! That's the other special I can do. Will this finish him? No. That will though.
Critical impact.
It's not, I'll do a standard deep hit to him there. So now it's me on one bar left versus him with 2 bars of health. I need to start trying to figure out alternate ways to do more damage to him rather than rely on Super C, because I figure that it's not that I'm super reliant on them to do loads of damage, but I feel like the parts where I'm blocking, he's just wrecking me anyway, so it's not as if I can block. So I've just got to figure out other ways I can do damage to him here without him really getting me. Say that and then he gets me again. As long as he doesn't teleport when I do that, that does a nice bit of damage to him. We try and avoid the... Oh. Oh, no! He's gonna get me. Oh, no, maybe not. Not that time. Oh, thank God.
Extreme Impact.
Oh. Oh, crap. I just can't get out of his range there. Hero mode! I see that. No, he's gonna zone me! Oh no, no, burn. No! Oh, crap, I could have had him there! Oh! I thought I could go hero mode and just spam him, and I start shooting, and then he just transforms into the Firebird and just wrecks me.
Operation Zero.
Come on, game. This has to be like the 10th time I've fought him already. Come on. That was a nice down slash there. Just landed straight on top of him. Ah, that was bad. That I was just using the spark rifle as well. I could get a hit in like that. I should have gone for final shooting there instead. No, come on. Go, 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 go! We get him, we get him! No! How? Oh, no. There we go. Oh. I was trying to say final shooting because I don't know whether I can use it in its first phase in this form. Come on. Please tell me I've still got it. Oh! I don't have it. He didn't take any stun from that as well? That was really nasty. Let's see if we can try and narrow this down a little bit. Oh, I say that and then he just two-shots me there. He basically double taps me. Oh no, 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 no. This is not looking good. Please don't get me. Oh, finally! Oh, that downward slash at the end in just under an hour. Oh, yes! Oh, that final down slash was awesome. So this place after you beat hero mode, and it just shows all the points that you got throughout. And then it gives you a certain amount of points for completing it as well, which you can then use to unlock more cool things in the Technodome. Oh, that was rough. There's G Kaiser. I got a lot of heroism for fighting G Kaiser there, I just realised. And then versus Gambler, I got 2 points. Tails says, Moody, yeah! John says, ah, you killed him. Eventually. Eventually. In just under an hour. I get like no heroism points there. Oh, that might be... No, it's not the amount of times I died. I died way more times than that. Village hero! Oh, that's a bad rank. Right, let's see here. Let's do, because I came 6th, let's do M, D, and then it was a Y. We'll go the other way. There we go. Now play 40 sorties. Awesome game. I wish I bought this back in the day, says Matt. It is a really good game, but it's so hard. Please tell me we can save here. Yes! Saved. So before I didn't have the VMUs formatted. So I actually messed that up. Right, let's see here. The Technodrome. The Tatsumi Technodrome. This is where we can get like all the mini games for the VMUs. We can also get the movie box. But we can also unlock extra robots here. We can see the technical data of each robot, we can see the pilot data, and we can get these different mechs, like different reskins, and then we can also get different versions as well. So like Dark Pulsion is like Pulsion, but just a darker color scheme. Amaretta's Refraga is, I think, orange. Wise Duck Orso Rosso, I can't actually remember. Wise Duck being the big one that looks like I think it's a destroyer from Macross. Dixen Experiment, I think that's the black one. I could be wrong, there's a Commando one, there's an experimental version or a test type. Blodia Custom is the custom one that is from Cyberbots, I think it is. That's a really cool one. And then we've got the illustration box, which is like concept art. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll get the robot box here, just so we can see that. Let's save. Actually, no, let's not save, because we can just look at it, and then we can use them later on. But yeah, here we've got all the robots at the moment. We got Dixen here, so we can have a look and see some of the concepts art for Dixen now. So it's made of a Lunanium composite, I think that is. Its height is 60. I don't know. It doesn't say like meters or anything. Weight 32.8 tons. We got the breakdown of it here, like a wireframe. Defensive power 45. Defensive power without armor 51. I don't get how that works. Recovery speed 7 frames. It actually tells you the frame data on this, which is really cool. And then we've got the concept art here. I like the way that this part of the artwork, the cannon just looks like a big bulky thing, almost like a guitar case. And then we got the breakdown of how they thought it would look if they drew it very polygonal here. This all looks really cool. Then they were working on the different colours. I like the white and blue colour scheme with a bit of red here. It just looks really clean. And then we got some sort of mechanical details going on. You see a little bit more detail in terms of like how they wanted the head designing and everything. Then we've got details about how each bit works and all the little details. Same with the torso and the legs, how everything's supposed to bend and move. How the cannon extends, how the rifle looks. And then we get a final look at the weapons here. We got what looks like a machine pistol, the rifle, the bazooka, the shield, the beam saber and the grenades. And then we get another shot of it, but in like an action pose, with the saber activating, I think. And then we get the other two variants, of which I think one is the prototype. You see, it almost looks like it has a Jim Striker style shield there at the side. And one looks like it's got a Gundam hammer on the left. And then you got the different face masks as well on the top right. The different optional weapons and designs. So we've got the, I think that's the flamethrower there, the Hellfire. Can't see the spark launcher yet though. It might be that small pistol looking thing in the bottom left. And then the different head variants. One of which looks like the, or reminds me a lot of the Crossbone Gundam. And then we got the different colour schemes. One of those is the prototype, and the other one is the, I think it's the command type. I think the prototype one is the black one. That looks a little bit more like Crossbone Gundam. But yeah, that's Dixen. Then we've got G. Kaiser. Matt says, this game reminds me a bit of Gundam Battle Assault. I've never played Battle Assault. So G. Kaiser's a little bit slower with recovery frames. And then we got all these little bits of concept art showing off how the arms work when they do rocket punches with the different weapons attached to them. A really detailed bit of artwork that shows off the inner frame here, which looks so fantastic. And then some bit of cell shaded stuff going on. That's the giant nuke that he throws in the center of the screen. That's really cool. And then, of course, we got the chest laser here. Devicia's comment has been auto-censored at the moment, but basically it says, screw the Hydra Gundam. Then we've got the blade arms. The different shots of the head. The giant sword that it has on its backpack that it can make out of its wings. The interior of the cockpit there. Another shot of it, full body. Concept shot of how it might have looked. One of the other cells. You should. GBA 2, I highly recommend it. I'm going to have to look into it. Then we've got Gurai here. Gurai should have ridiculously... Yeah, he's got 6 frames of recovery. I was going to say, it should have a ridiculous amount of frames. Armor material, super evil steel. So yeah, it comes from the same Space Forces that the Dixen does, which kind of makes sense if it's a reference to Shaw. And then we've got all these different bits of concept art. It looks really cool, like a giant samurai. The left shoulder there houses the beam cannon, and it's got like yin and yang symbols on its back. And then we've got some Musha Gundam style weapons here. The core kind of reminds me a little bit of one of the Armored Core parts. There's it showing off the beam cannon opening up in the shield, and the attachment of the large gravity cannon on the right shoulder. We've got another weapon there, which is a club, and then different styles of helmet that you could have had. One of which in the center on the right looks a lot like a Gelgoog head there. Then we got the scaling of the weapons there, just how long they're going to be away from the suit. Some more cells, which look really nice. And then that's the end. Then we've got, what is it? We got Wise Duck here, made of new ceramic titanium composite. It has 8 frames of recovery speed, so it's actually pretty quick at recovering. Looks almost like, well, the back of it anyway, looks almost like Metal Gear, but I swear it's a reference to one of the mechs from Macross. It's more like a tank, so it's piloted by a crew of people, not just one person. You can see on the back is where it's got those large missile pods, so it can just rain down a bunch of missiles on people, and it's also got the ability to strap giant cannons to the back. Reminds me of Battle Mech, says Nevo. I like the armor at the sides of the shoulders, or at least one side of the shoulders. It's got like a giant Vulcan, and then it's got the missile pods either side of the back, and then actually just a load of other missile pods on the back, and then like a giant spear on the one arm and a giant claw on the other. There's another variant of it. And then we got the end there. And then we got Pulsion here. Pulsion, which I said was like a mixture between Guyver, Ultraman, and Evangelion. The armor material is unknown. It's got 6 frames for recovery speed. And then we've got the scale and overall silhouette. A cell of it. It's got the how the chest or shoulder attack would work, which reminds me of Guyver. Then we've got the weapon there, which kind of or the weapons, the melee weapons, which kind of remind me, like I said, of Evangelion. Just reminds me of Asuka's fight versus the mass-produced Eva units at the end of the movie. Then we've got a spear weapon. Spear is really good because it's got stun damage. Then we've got an alternate skin there. The primary skin. Another different design completely, which is more like a heavily armoured version. And then another version of it again, which looks really weird. It looks almost like a beast. And then something that makes it look like a jet. It's really weird. Not so sure about that one. Pulsion is by far one of the more weirder mechs in the entire game. Like I said, I don't even know if it can be classed as a mech. Because if I'm right about the Evangelion reference, then technically it's not a mech. There we go, we got the Refraga here, which is the Macross reference, because it can actually transform into different forms. I think Kawamori might have done the designs for these, just because it looks like Kawamori's line artwork. There's it in fighter mode. And then of course we've got it in sort of the walker mode. The precursor to Gigas in Tekken, says Matt. Then we've got the different details about the thrusters and the way everything works. Different moves and how they're performed and what they'll look like. Little notes about them. One at the top there looks like it can take off its rifle and hit people with it. And then obviously different ways to transform and how it will attack when it's transformed. A bombing run move that can be performed. Then we've got different weapons that it can have, including the back cannons. What some of the combos might look like. Different colour schemes, of which you've got a black one, a green one, a white one, which definitely looks like a very... Actually, there's 2 that look like Macross callouts there. I could be wrong, and the black one might be, because I swear that one looks like one as well. Then we've got the standard colour scheme. The transformed fighter. Another colour scheme, which is red. And then back to the beginning. And then we've got Twins V. Twins V can transform into 2 different formations. One is fire formation, and then the other is... I can't remember the other one. I think it's drill formation. Fire formation has 8 frames of recovery. Oh, it's plasma formation, sorry. Plasma formation is more ranged, has 8 frames of recovery as well. So here we've got the different concept art for it, turning into like different fighters. The other version of it, which has missile pods on its shoulders. The plasma form is more about ranged attacks, whereas the fire form has more melee attacks and better melee attacks. There it shows like possible combinations, including a tank and a jet by the look of it. I really do like all these designs. Then we've got some of the melee weapons here, a boomerang, a mace, and an axe that it does use in the final. How big the weapons could be and where it gets them from. And plasma form obviously has drill arms, because we've seen those in game. Different shots of the heads, both plasma and fire form. Fire form is the one that looks like the Master Gundam's head a little bit. Then we got all the different potential weapons here, including the saws, which were added in the bottom left, but there's different versions of the saws. Then you've got what looks like a winged backpack there, or a couple of variants of the winged backpack. What almost looks like the Raiden's giant beam cannons off Virtuaron in the top right there, and then what looks like the divining driver from Gao Gaigar in the top left, which I actually think it does have. and it even shows it being used. So yeah, I think if I remember rightly from playing this the last time, it does have the dividing driver. Then we got a coloured cell there, a coloured cell of the plasma form. Then you got the two fighters. There's the fire form again, and then the plasma form again. And then finally we got the last couple here. I think there's 4. Bolon, which is made of magical composite, which has 10 frames of recovery, so it's a little bit slower. It's made of a lot of different things here. What looks like a corner shop with a wrecking ball hanging out of it, a boat, a giant teapot, what looks like a crane arm or a digger arm. I'm not sure what the giant thing is in the center. It might be like a something that houses gas or whatever, and then a clock tower for a head. A little robot here, a little tiny robot. I'm not even sure what that's for. That might have been like an original design for it. Bolon is by far one of the more weirder mechs in the entire thing, along with Pulsion. There's another version of it, or a potential version, with what looks like a power pole there, with some transformers attached to it. That one looks even weirder. That one looks like a little bit like a frog. John says, "What the heck?" It's really crazy, but I do like the way that they included all this stuff back in the day. Like, most of this stuff now, you can't get in games. You have to pay extra if you know, like the art books. But it was really cool when they included this, because you could kind of get an idea of what they were going for with the designs. They knew they wanted something that was weird and wacky and totally out of the way and not like everything else. And I have a feeling they started off with the toy robot thing to kind of get a feel with that. It's like it's not like anything else. It's a toy, so it's totally different. It's treated differently because it's a toy. And then next minute they start just bolting everything to it. You can see here this is more like a Power Ranger style thing going on, where they've got cars for legs here, and then we've got a giant hammer in one arm, a giant claw in the other, which looks a little bit like the toy robot again. And then of course we've got what looks like the crank from a toy robot on top of its head. This looks a little bit more like the refining the design here. We got that almost like it's like a giant ball or gas cylinder, whatever they're using for the torso. And then we've got the buildings that are a little bit cemented in the design there. What looks like a random building on top. It's not a clock tower there, but it looks like a chimney. And then a couple of other buildings bolted to the feet. Actually, no, that's not a building, sorry. That one of them looks like a railway tunnel. The other one is a space shuttle when you're looking at it on the right hand. Here's where it starts being more refined, because we've got the train here, which is, it's not in the actual design, but it's used as part of its attacks later on. We've still got the giant hammer, which they established earlier on. Now we've got the wrecking ball, and the space shuttle has now been replaced by a boat. And the other foot, we can't quite see, it just looks like a block. And the head there looks a little bit more like an actual head, rather than just sort of a chimney stack placed in like a small area that looks almost like a garden on top of the mech. Now it's actually being fleshed out a little bit more, so it's part of the mech. And there we go, that's the final design here, where it's a bus for one foot, a boat from the other, the building with a wrecking ball attached to it, and then what looks like parts of a train with a claw arm on the other, and a ball. And then we've got what looks like a Japanese convenience store or something. And then there's Pollen, the person that pilots it. It's a weird one, that one. Really weird. There's DNA-17, the one that I said that was kind of like a G Gundam mobile fighter. It's made out of neo biometal. Messed that up there for a moment. 6 frames of recovery. No wonder it's so fast. Might be almost like a Super Robot Wars reference as well. There's the initial designs that they wanted to go for. We've got the rapier there, and like what looks like 2 extra blades in the bottom right corner. Then they start figuring out how we're going to flesh this out. This design looks like it didn't go through too many iterations at the moment. Got to decide on whether they want the rear exposed here by the look of it, or whether they want a skirt for it. That's what I'm looking by the look of it. John says Noble Gundam. Ah, here we go. Here's something that should have been put forward earlier on. Is the other two initial designs. What on the left looks a lot more like the Noble Gundam for the head, at least. The right, I'm not too sure. Looks like the Berserker her for it. Then we got the scale next to a building. We got a more detailed version of the butt there. They've decided not to go for a skirt, or rather, they've got skirt armor at the sides, but they've not covered it up. Then we've got all the different weapons on it. We've got the rapier. Then we've got the bow and arrow. They decided they'd go with that at this point. The hairpiece is huge. Then they started designing the chest area. They've definitely gone for the mobile fighter reference on the right there. This is after G Gundam, remember? So you can see the mobile trace system on the right. It's a blatant reference. It's either that or Super Robot Wars with... Oh, I'm trying to remember the unit. I'm trying to remember the unit from Super Robot Wars, which is more or less the same. Then we've got other shots of it. They're still going through the design phases here, trying to finalise it. Biometals. So ZX wasn't the first time Capcom used that term, says Devicia. Then we got a cell-shaded version of it where they've actually joined the skirt up at the back here in this one. And then instead they've parted it at the front. There's a more stylised shot of it. And then there's more of a basic standstill shot, which was almost like one of the original ones that they've done. And they've just coloured it in. And I do like the more stylised ones like that, because they actually show off the poses really well and everything. Rather than just having it standard like that. And then we got the bosses here. We got Gamda. Made out of Mystic Stone. Eight frames of recovery. That's pretty fast for something that big. They've got the different parts here. It's got a face on top of it by the look of it, around the back. That's crazy. It's showing the front of it, almost sounds like waterfalls. Kind of reminds me of La Plauta a little bit. On this one, it's showing it's that tall that there are just a bunch of birds that constantly flock around it. Or it's almost like a whale, because birds flock around where whales are as well. Don't know where the head is because of the eye being in the centre. Just a giant eyeball that's sat in what looks like a bunch of water. Then we've got the different moves here. Without the legs, surprisingly. It was supposed to be like a floating castle originally or something. They're trying to get the design of it down, or at least it looks like they're trying to say that it could have been almost like a pyramid there. Or is that one of the moves? It turns into a pyramid and slams into the ground. Not quite sure. This somewhat sort of insinuates that it was like a body floating on a pyramid, and that it would use the pyramid kind of like a drill kick. That's just showing how large it would look compared to another mech. They've got the giant arms here, being used to crush people or slam them. Then we've got what looks like different beam attacks being caused by the arms and the eye in the center growing larger. That was pretty weird. This is the first shot where we've actually seen it have legs as well. And it's got a spinning move there, and what looks like a zoning shockwave attack similar to Goldibus. Would be nice to see Capcom re-release these games like Sega has done with the Dreamcast and Saturn games. It would be cool. I'd like to see this at least done with HD textures. We've got different moves here. More swinging round, more slamming and punching. And then what looks like a move in the top right where it just slams down hard on an enemy when it's already down with the pyramid at the bottom. And then some sort of attack featuring runes and an aura in the bottom right. That's really weird. There we go. So that's that one. Then we got the last two here. Quirvel. This one's made out of its armor is made out of an unknown living organization. I think that's meant to be organism. I don't know whether that's translated properly there. Parts: plasma tooth, psycho power circle, emitter, tentacle, and eggs. John says, what the heck is that? 12 frames of recovery. That's the longest I think we've seen so far. Ooh. Oh, this looks creepy. This looks really creepy. It's got like mouths and eyes over the top of its head there. It's got some like really weird appendages. Then we've got different versions of the head here. One of them has like a load of eyes all over it. The first one on the top left. And then it's just got a load of squiggles for most of the other ones. Then we've got the idea that it's going to be like a balloon with some stretchy appendages attached to it. This is like the really rough concept of it. We want this giant thing that looks really weird, almost like an octopus or something, because of its bulbous head. And then we just want really stretchy limbs and the ability to kind of just zone everybody. Then we got some like more refined designs on what they're going to do with the head. A first shot at the pilot there. Shumagorath's long lost cousin, says Matt. Yeah. We've got more refined versions down at the bottom that show off the eggs, the young, and then how it's going to look. Plus the pilot. Or rather the one that commands it. Then we see how it actually works. She kind of commands it from far away as it's destroying cities, and then if it gets destroyed, she gets damaged. The different colour schemes of it, which we've seen in game. The purple one being the standard one. They've kind of ditched the weird sort of design that they had going on at the beginning with all the patterns and all the really intricate detail, possibly because of the textures and everything, with the detail being lost in them, and instead gone for a more simplified thing. Either that or it might have just looked too busy. There we go. And then finally Goldibus himself here. The material he's composed of is unknown. The parts, just the head, the first mask, this is the source from which all wickedness emanates. The chest is the source of which all anger, the source of all anger. Its only thoughts are focused on destroying the opponent. The scream that is unleashed through the mouth attacks the brain of the human directly. If an ordinary person hears this, they will become brain damaged beyond repair or will be killed instantly. Oof. Spine wing. The large claws capture opponents and also serve as wings. When his anger peaks, deadly flames will be unleashed. So that's the Firebird move. Hip. The third mask. The source of suffering. It releases the wave motion, which inflicts the highest level of suffering upon the opponent. And the leg. The fourth and fifth masks. So it's made out of a load of different masks. The source of envy and jealousy. If you're attacked by these parts, both your body and mind will be horribly damaged. It's badly translated there, so it says horribly and damaged. Recovery frames, 4. It's the quickest recovering mech, or organism, if you want to call it, in the entire game, by far. Then we've got different designs for him here. Got that thing that looks like a flame sword. You can see he's made up of different mouths all over his body. That one looks like it has 4 arms. Or 3? Oh, no, it's because of the wings. Matt says, gotta love English. As you can see by this part, we've already got him more or less fleshed out here. We've got the different faces all over him. It's really disturbing how he's got just like a load of different faces and teeth pointing out all over him. You imagine, like, if this was an anime or something, you'd be able to grab, like, other robots' limbs with his teeth. Like, maybe he brings his foot up and catches a fist in it. Maybe he catches a fist with his chest instead. It just crunches the arm off. Looks really crazy. And on the back, he looks like he's got a face on his back plate. Then we've got the different sections here doing details about what looks like the moves, because you can see the Firebird in the top right, how long the sword's going to be, how his wings move. Then we got a coloured version of his first form, where his face on the front of him, he has his mouth sewn shut and his eyes closed. In fact, a lot of his eyes are closed there. In fact, his shoes don't even show any resemblance there to faces or anything. They've just got patterns on them. His knees kind of do. His arms don't either. And then in his second form, that's where all the faces start appearing. He's got the edgy colour scheme, and the face on his chest opens up and awakens. There's a more stylized shot of him there. So many faces. The one on the groin, I'm not so sure about that one. That was just weird. Looks like he has eyes on his elbows. I know he's got eyes on his feet there. He looks almost like he's made out of some sort of furry material, the way that they've drawn that. Really weird. Almost looks like he has a heat saber as well. But yeah, that's the final bit of concept art. And of course we've got the movie box. And here we've just got the different blast-off movies. We're going to watch Dixon's one. These are unlocked when you complete the individual bits for each character. So yeah, we still need to unlock the other ones. Yeah, that one was Dixon's. We gotta unlock that, and then we gotta load more stuff to unlock here in the Technodrome, including these other suits. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!